Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Do please, I know I keep asking, but you don't know how much this really helps. Like and subscribe, it's down there, yeah? And don't forget to leave me some comments. I like your comments. I'm going to talk today about assaults on prison staff. If you've been watching the news lately, it's all over the place. The prison system is in absolute disarray, from what I'm hearing on the TV and what I hear from ex-inmates and ex-staff. I'm hearing that the prison system is completely broken, and no wonder they haven't got the answer. I mean, back in the 70s and 80s, they did have an answer. I want to talk as also today about a specific prison. Well, I mean, don't forget, there's been a serious stabbing in Long Lartin, HMP Long Lartin, in which a prison officer was stabbed by a flick knife that had arrived in the prison by drone. They'd got a drone in, flown it and popped it into his cell. Yeah, it can't be beyond the wit of man. I mean, all they've got to do is affix netting, like metal mesh netting, over the entire prison. The light will still get through, the rain will still get through, the sunlight will get through, but the drones won't. Aye, come on. Wake up, lads. Where is that Ministry of Justice? But they're too busy thinking about people's human rights. What about the human rights of the victims? The poor bastards who've been robbed, stabbed, abused, raped, burgled. What about the victims? The people who have volunteered for this and got themselves behind the bars kind of forfeited a great deal of their human rights, in my humble opinion. And as I say, back in the 70s, there was an answer. Apparently, at HMP Home House in Stockton, which is in somewhere near Stratford-on-Avon. It's a little village, but the prison is outside the village. And there's been in 2024, staff were assaulted by inmates 90 times. 90 assaults on staff. One inmate had to be restrained 23 times. This is a report by the BBC, by the way. BBC News North East, yeah? And they're saying that HMP Home House had 324 incidents of violence amongst prisoners. That's prisoner on prisoner in 2024. So it's a violent environment. And they just don't seem to have the answer. Well, I'll tell you what the answer was in the 70s and 80s. It was the block. And if any inmates kicked off, they were uplifted by the heavy gang, whipped down to the block, thrown into a cell, had the clothes completely ripped off them, and slung into the cell with a plastic piss pot. And that was it. Left in there for a period of time to come to their senses. And don't forget, whilst what we had down there was the school bully, yeah, the black dog, yeah, and the Chinese money box, and quite a few other characters. I mean, I was one at a time, but not on a regular basis. I didn't work down the block on a regular basis, just time to time. But obviously seen how inmates were treated, and I have to say that the inmates were treated with what I would say was a great deal of disrespect. And they had a sign up above the door as you went into the block. It said, "Stop complaining, you're all volunteers." Indeed, they had volunteered, but there had to be an answer, and that was the answer. Do I have the answer now? They've got the Hostess Brigade, and talking about the Hostess Brigade, there was a specific prison officer well, she wasn't a prison officer, she was a teacher actually, a maths teacher by the name of Kelsey Calvert, who has just been sentenced to 2 years, 10 months in prison, but suspended for 2 years. 8 months she was sentenced to at Teesside Crown Court. Suspended for 2 years. I think it's Stockton-on-Tees, is it? Yeah, that's where it is, yeah. And Kelsey Calvert of Sunderland was groomed. The judge said that she was extremely vulnerable and had her head turned by a deeply manipulative criminal. Oh, really? Well, what to expect? I mean, these are serious career criminals. They've got nothing to lose. And Calvert had been writing this guy love letters. He'd been responding, and when she got searched at the gate coming in one day, they found that there were love letters in her handbag addressed to the inmate, and they raided her home, found numerous other love letters and a number of telephone calls which were discussing their sexual activity. There is a real problem with females in male prisons, especially with Category A and serious criminals. They will manipulate the staff, and if they're vulnerable young women, as this Kelsey Calvert was 28 years old, screaming and crying in Teesside Crown Court, absolutely appalled at what she'd allowed herself to be done. But I don't blame Kelsey Calvert or any other female member of staff. I point the finger at the Ministry of Justice, who is allowing this to happen. There's been no serious risk assessment. I keep saying this, and it's all over the press, all over the BBC. They're consistently discussing this, and the system is broken. The old Victorian jails are not fit for function and for purpose, not functioning. Broken showers in Gartree. They've got bloody Legionnaire's disease. At Dartmoor, they've had to shut Dartmoor down because it's got radon gas emitting from the broken granite beneath the prison. The whole thing is just not working. And how do they fix it? Well, they've got to organise a massive remote location supermax prison. And if you kick off in the ordinary establishment, in the ordinary prison system, then you get uplifted via the block by today's equivalent of the school bully, and removed to a remote location and put in a single cell which would be run robotically. As for the drones coming in, all the prisons need to be covered in wire mesh. I mean, it may not sound easy to do, but it's better than what's happening at the moment, with prison officers being subjected to knife attacks. I mean, there were attacks. Obviously, there were attacks in the prison in the 70s and 80s. There were. So one poor guy got his face slashed from his ear right under his chin. All his face was hanging off. Terrible situation. But today it's happening on a weekly, almost daily basis. And what are they going to do? They don't seem to know. And the Prison Officers Association, they're making a lot of noise, but they aren't doing anything. I mean, let me tell you this. If I'd have been running, and I did attempt to set up a proper trade union, not a staff association, not a fake trade union that arsehole creeps round the governors and the government. No, a real trade union that would have said, in this occasion, we're not working under those conditions. We're all at the gate. All the lot. All the system. Of course, they couldn't afford that. I mean, it's a threat to the national security. And I was accused at the time of being attempting to cause chaos in the prison system. What I was trying to do was to get proper working conditions for the staff, which they didn't have then, and they definitely haven't got now. That's my rant for today. Sincerely hope you enjoyed that. If you did, get a big hat and go for it. That's the song dinger, by the way, folks. I'm going to sing you a song now. It's not going to be very good, but let's get an opinion, shall we? From Larry's Goat. Yeah, Larry the Goat Man. Yeah. Do you like my singing? Clearly not. Never mind. I'm sure you will all love this. This is a song from the 1930s. It's by the Platters, originally by the Platters. And I'm going to give it what I consider to be my best shot, which ain't going to be very good, let's be perfectly honest. But if you like it, Monday morning, 9 a.m. on A1 Landing, I've got the answer. Only you can make this world seem right. Only you can make the darkness bright. Only you and you alone can thrill me like you do and fill my heart with love for only you. Oh, only you can make this change in me, for it's true, you are my destiny. When you hold my hand, I understand the magic that you do. You're my dream come true, my one and only you. Oh, only you can make this change in me, for it's true, you are my destiny. When you hold my hand, I understand the magic that you do. You're my dream come true, my one and only you. Even I didn't like that. I thought I was rubbish. Tales from the Jails. Do please like and subscribe. Comments. Alright. See you soon.